Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Well, November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and earlier this month we talked about type 1 diabetes, and we thought we'd take the opportunity today to talk about type 2 diabetes, and we are joined by Dr. Stephanie Rubino. Dr. Rubino, welcome to the show. Wonderful to have you back. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So let's talk about type 2. What differentiates type 1 and type 2 diabetes exactly?
So type 1 is when we don't produce insulin and we need to take it. Type 2 is more, there might be a lack of production of insulin, and at the same time, we're not responding to insulin as well as we should, and that will lead to high blood sugar levels.
We know that there's no cure, but what causes type 2 diabetes?
Multiple factors. We can look at genetics, diet, lifestyle, all that can contribute. So we'll talk about ways, of course, how we can support some of those factors.
Yeah, because we want to talk about both prevention and then, of course, managing type 2 diabetes. And you touched on it there. Diet is a big part of that. Tell us how diet can affect people living with diabetes.
So diet is crucial to any concern, especially diabetes, especially when we take in foods that are going to cause an increase in our blood sugar levels. Sugar, refined carbohydrates, pop, these will all, increase our blood sugar levels after we take in these foods. So we definitely want to avoid those type of foods, focus more on what we call low glycemic index foods, good quality vegetables, proteins, fiber, really key. So, of course, when it comes to protein, we know that it helps in terms of stabilizing appetite, regulating our after-meal blood sugar levels, so looking at a variety of protein sources, and really aiming for about 20 to 25 grams of protein 3 times per day.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, sorry, Dr. Rubino, I was just going to ask, are some proteins better than others?
A variety is key. We know plant-based proteins are very valuable as well. So our nuts and seeds, etc., really, really great. But you can aim for a variety of protein sources, sort of what you enjoy having.
I think you were going to go to fiber there. Let's talk about fiber and what good sources of fiber we should look at in our diet.
So fiber, we know, and typically talk about fiber in terms of being great for digestive health, but soluble fiber in particular is really great at balancing our blood sugar levels. It actually slows our digestion and our blood sugar levels after we eat. So looking at fruits, veggies, nuts and seeds, whole grains, so brown rice, oatmeal, chia, really great in terms of stabilizing those blood sugar levels throughout the day. And
we've really come a long way and sort of turned the corner when it comes to fats. We know that there are bad fats, but I think oftentimes over, probably the last 30 years, that conversation has changed because now we're talking about some of those good fats. What are some of those good fats we should be putting into our diet?
Absolutely. So avocados, olive oil, even medium chain triglycerides, which come from coconut oil, all shown to help stabilize our blood sugar levels throughout the day. So really looking at balancing those protein sources, fiber, and fats together to help regulate blood sugar throughout our day.
I notice you have all those examples of foods, and within those are some supplements. Is that something that you recommend if people don't get enough sort of protein or fiber or fats?
So there's definitely nutrients that will support the diet. I mean, focus definitely is in terms of making sure you're eating good quality foods, but there are nutrients as well that specifically help to improve insulin function, decrease inflammation, and regulate blood sugar levels.
Let's talk exercise. Not necessarily even going to the gym, just really moving is a form of exercise. What do you recommend and how does that help? Because as I understand it too, putting on weight can add to, diabetes, obviously getting type 2 diabetes.
Absolutely. So, excess weight is a risk factor for developing diabetes, especially if you gain weight around the belly. That seems to increase our risk of insulin resistance. So, what has been found is actually a weight loss of anywhere from 5 to 7% can decrease our risk of diabetes by 58%. So, incorporating not only eating well, but physical activity will be really important in terms of shedding those extra pounds. And looking at a combination of cardiovascular and strength training exercises is key.
Let's move on to talking about balancing our blood sugar. I know that there are nutrients out there that can help us do that. What should we be looking at exactly? What do you recommend?
Excuse me. There are a number of nutrients that help in terms of supporting insulin and our blood sugar levels. One important one is actually berberine. So berberine we can't find in any particular foods. It's typically taken in a capsule form, but berberine has been shown to have some of the similar features as metformin, which is a common medication that is prescribed for diabetes. It's been shown to enhance insulin function, regulate our blood sugar levels, even help maintain body weight. So this is one nutrient to consider. Also, cinnamon has been shown to help balance blood sugar levels and even lower cholesterol. So adding cinnamon to your oatmeal in the morning or baked apples is a really great approach. And finally, chromium. Chromium is really fantastic mineral that has been shown to enhance glucose metabolism. Again, great in terms of regulating blood sugar levels. You can find chromium in different foods, broccoli, apples, diluted grape juice is also an option.
I just have 20 seconds left. Quickly, the top sign that you should see your doctor for a diagnosis if you're concerned.
Absolutely. Get testing. It's really, really important to monitor your blood sugar levels, look at long-term complications of diabetes. So working with your healthcare practitioner is very, very important.
Thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. We'll be right back.